just want to thank God, man. Arrowhead my ass. Woo! It's Mahomes' house. Hey, first.
Barrowhead my ass. You damn right. What time is it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world? You know what time it is. You know who we are. We are the Ad Astra Boys from the Ad Astra Boys Sport Podcast, streaming live. And then you'll see it recorded later.
Yes.
Here in Kansas. You say, what? Kansas? Yes, Kansas. What's going on with Kansas?
We're lucky we're not live since you're over an hour late to the broadcast
We're that
today.
state next to Missouri.
According to that clock, I'm right on time. Thanks for buying that clock, Joe.
Yeah.
Always appreciated that clock.
I know.
All right. So here we are, man, and we're in the middle of the freaking, what is it, the third game, fourth game? Third game, right?
Game 4.
Game 4, the NBA Finals. So, hey, man, let's just go ahead and jump right into it if you guys don't mind. So, the NBA Finals from this past time, Game 3, what did you make out of it?
Well, there's a lot of first times. We have some excitement going in the background here. We have some betting going on over there that's getting everybody riled up. But back to the Game 3, it was the first time ever that two players from the same team had a triple-double with Jokic on this show, and Jamal Murray.
Yeah, it was a Jamal Murray and Jokic show. It was, once again, like Game 1. I mean, they were on fire. T.I.?
Yeah, no. If you look at the rebounds, right, they out-rebounded the Heat 58-33. And a lot of it had to do with the poor shooting, right? So you could say there was also some great defense on the Nuggets' part. So it led to the poor shooting, led to a lot more rebounds for the Nuggets. And I had said it before that they needed to win the three-point battle by a high clip. That's how they won Game 2. If they don't win that battle, they don't have a shot.
Also, the Heat's players, the role players, did not show up. I mean, Butler and Bam had a good game, but, man, everyone else just kind of...
Oh, Gabe Vincent. He got those 4 fouls in the first half. And so that kind of shut him down. You know, that hurt some, but, man, he just wasn't the same.
Other than Jokic and him playing in a phenomenal realm more than anybody else, what is the problem with the Heat? Did they just need to make their shots on the outside, or they can't just cover Jokic, or is it both?
Well, like I just said, their role players really need to step up, and honestly, they did not in Game 3. Duncan, Gabe Vincent,
right?
Some other players, they just, they weren't making shots, and
right.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah, and then the other thing you consider too, right? Your more high percentage shot are going to be the ones that you take in the paint, and they got outscored in the paint. So Denver Nuggets scored 60 points in the paint, and then you had the Heat with only 34. So you have that you're looking at, right? And then you have the big discrepancy in the rebounds. That's why we've seen them get blown out. When you look back at Game 2, the one that they won only by 3 points, that was because they shot phenomenally from three-point line. They shot 49%, right?
They're a big three-point shooting team.
They made 6 more three-pointers. And Jamal Murray still could have sent it into overtime, but he missed that shot at the end of Game 2. So,
the Nuggets had a lead for most of that game until like the fourth quarter, so they kind of blew that Game 3 there, or Game 2. Game 2 it was. So yeah, back to your point there.
Yeah, it's all about the 3-point battle right now. Is the way I'm looking at it, because they're not going to win the points in the paint. Surprisingly, they actually was right there with them in the rebounds in Game 1 and 2, and then in Game 3, the floodgates opened, and Denver Nuggets, like Risky Ray said before, they're long, they're strong, and they're down to get the friction on.
So, ladies,
Had a little Sir Mix-a-Lot moment there.
All right, this baby right here got back. So Christian Brown, man, what do you think? RKU alum, man, he was just killing it, taking it straight to Butler, like, here, take this. He was flying all over the place, and, the first game we were making fun of because he was just, falling and, just, grabbing the ball, sliding out of bounds, whatever. I mean, hustling his ass off. I guess he got called out, and, he stepped up.
Yeah, in Game 2, I don't know if you noticed, he had some good plays in the first half, but in the third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter, when the Heat made their run, they were picking on him. They were destroying him on defense. If you go back and watch the game, all that run was all scored on Christian Brown But this last game, man, he took it personal, and he came back, man. He was on fire. He was going to the hole. So, what you guys talking about over there?
Oh, that's just a little soundboard
Damn,
action.
man, just keep talking. We just.
I was done with my statement, and then you guys were over there. No one.
Joe's
either-
fucking stupid, am I right? Yeah.
Hey, here's another interesting thing, though. That in this last game, the Nuggets had 13 turnovers. The Heat only had 4, and they still had that blowout, right? So it really just goes back to they got to get on the boards, right? This game's going to come down to defense, and that's where it's at. It's all going to be about defense. Who plays the better defense?
So do we all go ahead and, like I said, there was some betting going on here in the living room on the other side of the camera. We get Risky Ray in here and let him tell us
All
all
right,
about
Risky
it.
Ray, go ahead and grab the 4th mic, grab the 4th spot. This is Risky Ray's picks, and here is my friend's song. Risky Ray, my friend.
Hey,
Bourbon
back,
drinking.
baby. Yeah, I like big bets and I cannot lie.
You other brothers can't deny.
There we go.
That's right. I thought we were going with the
Right on time.
Yeah,
right on time.
I'm not
Risky
sure
Ray.
if we approved that ahead of time. You got to let us know, but that was cool.
Right.
All right, Risky Ray, what do you think, man? Okay, so they're playing tonight. They're on right now. What is your bets? What do you say?
I got Denver covering the spread, and I like the under 211. Lock it.
Locked.
Lock it.
What do you say about parlays? Any players? Any three-pointers? Any?
Okay, so yeah, I do like Gabe Vincent again. 12.5 points, man. That dude is just still like on fire. He's facilitating the ball. I also like Aaron Gordon on the rebounds again. 6.5 rebounds. That
Can you
dude's
grab
like
my glass, please?
getting
Put a little bit of
anywhere
ice in
from
it.
7 to 10 plus rebounds a game. Oh yeah, you know what? Since you're getting drinks over there, bring my drink over there too.
Yeah, that's my.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, get my drink.
No, you
over
could turn your mic down when you're asking, doing those requests.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. And go ahead and pour my drink. Sorry, go ahead, Risky Ray.
Nope, quite all right. Sounds like a bunch of edits.
Right?
Yeah, T.I. would agree with that.
But now with the save, now with that save, now we can leave it in. Good job, actually.
Right.
Now it's cool.
Okay, so Aaron Gordon on the rebounds. Dude is hot right now on the rebounds. He got a luck, kind of, I don't know, I guess a lucky, I guess the ball bounced his way on a couple of them. So, I mean, that's why he had 10 rebounds in game 3. But in game 2 and in game 1, he was 6+ rebounds in both games. So I love Aaron Gordon over on the rebounds.
Over on the rebounds.
Over on the rebounds, yes.
So what is it now? 10?
No, 6.5.
6.5.
6.5. Jamal Murray on assists.
Okay.
Jamal Murray on assists. He's facilitating the ball. The ball's going through Jamal Murray. Now, in game 1 and game 2, the ball was actually going through Jokic. And so it should, but that's how they got beat in game 2.
Yeah.
Because they're like, okay, well, if he's going to be assistant, he's going to be getting all the players involved. Let's shut down the role players.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. T.I. hinted at it, and he was like, this game has to come down to defense. And he's exactly right. Whoever plays a better defense, and obviously hits their shots, duh, but whoever plays a better defense is going to get the win. Is going to get the dub.
Did Christian Brown make the cut this game?
I tried looking for Christian Brown again, and he's just not there.
Nothing?
Nothing. I want to bet Christian Brown so bad on
Something.
On something. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, give me something. The dude is filling up stat sheets like crazy, and he's getting he's doing the most with less points. I can't believe it. He's not. I mean, he's not even getting 20 minutes a game. Yeah. And he's filling the stat sheets with steals, with rebounds.
Yep.
I mean, free throw attempts. I mean, you name it, dude. I mean, he's just killing it, man. It's like, hey, NBA. It's like, welcome to the NBA. Hello, Christian Brown, and everybody is loving it. I was watching the game at the bar over there. I guess shout out to the bar over there at Johnson Drive. At the bar over there at Johnson Drive.
Which bar?
Just a random bar.
The bar. Yeah, the bar. And,
All right, you don't want to say the name? That's cool.
And yeah, right. And
It's called the bar. Waltz.
Anyway, so I was there.
No problem.
I was there with friends and family and whatnot. And then I swear, if it was a Christian Brown rebound or if it was a steal, our whole table erupted and we're yelling. We're like, rock chalk. You know, and people at the bar were looking behind us and they're like, what is going on with those guys?
That's how you party.
That's how you party. Yep, that's how you do it. So yeah, I would love. In the future, yes, Christian Brown all day. But.
I would love to see a prop bet, right? Where if he gets a dunk in the game, right? Like that would be a great prop bet for him.
They do have dunks. They have number of dunks.
Yes, I would love to see that for Brown. 1.5 dunks. That would be a good prop bet for him.
Oh my God! Did his dunk?
Oh,
make
that one on the.
Center?
Oh, it should have. That one
that
from the baseline.
10, yes.
Oh man, you do that in the finals?
Yes.
Oh, that was poster dunk right there, man.
That should have been top 10 all day.
Oh, that is top 10, sir.
Any other bets on NBA before we move along there, Risky Ray?
Let's see. Well, you know what? Look, if Denver wins this game tonight, you can go ahead and count the series is over.
I would. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would think so.
Because then they would go back to Denver, and then Miami would really have to do something.
Exactly. They would.
Okay.
I mean, I expect a big game from Jimmy Butler tonight. He's at 27.5 points. I feel comfortable taking Jimmy Butler at 23.5 points. But it's very possible, man. He could pull off a 30-point game pretty easy. They're going to need him pretty hard.
All right. So anything else going on this weekend that you want to place bets on? Any other sports? Any other fights?
I'm going to put a couple trifectas out there for the Belmont. That's going to happen for sure. And then I'm just looking forward to Game 5. I want to see what happens in this Game 4. I want to see. I want to see how the teams play. I want to see the adjustments because all of the adjustments have been made, right?
Let me ask everybody, and let me ask you, Risky Ray, before you go.
Go ahead.
And this is open to everybody on the panel here. What do you think about this series so far? Has it been exciting?
Yes,
I don't.
to a degree.
Okay.
No.
Felt exciting after
Risky.
game 2.
Risky Ray.
Yeah, right.
Risky Ray, what do you think about this? Is it exciting because you've been putting bets on it?
Well, that's always the case.
Right.
Anything. I mean, I can bet the over under and how many drinks will be spilled tonight, and it's fun.
I've already spilled one.
Less than 2?
Well, if
less than 2.
if your uncle was here, it'd go way up.
Exactly. That would be over under would be like 4.5. But yes, that does play in. And I thought about that too, and I'm like, well, if I wasn't betting, would I still be watching the game? Yes, because there's the Christian Brown factor. I want to see.
Yep.
I want to see Christian Brown. Jimmy Butler does bring in a dynamic like the underdog feeling of like, can he do it? Can he pull off? The son of Michael Jordan. Can he pull it off? Can he? Can he come
Here
back
we
and
go.
win?
Don't get that fucking
Don't encourage.
shit
Don't
started.
don't encourage. Fucking.
I'm not even sure Fuckins even here, but don't even. Yeah,
Fuckin,
he'll pop
yes.
up out of nowhere for
He's
him.
over there taking notes down. Okay.
Hey, but
Risky Ray's
seriously,
on my side.
Shout out to Christian Brown, right? He scored that 15 points in 19 minutes, so it does make me wonder. Do you guys think we'll see more of him tonight?
I told you 20 minutes. I would say yes because Denver's rotation is a little bit deeper, or the Denver rotation is smaller, and Christian Brown is in that rotation. Miami's rotation is deeper, but they just don't have as many talented players because how many undrafted players does Miami have? 4. So I mean,
Is it 4?
It's 4.
I know they were talking about they had a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Said that with confidence. I won't even fact check it.
Right.
Well, because Ken over,
Oh no, we're fact checking that.
fuck Ken over here had
He
his
said it with
big
enough
fat
confidence.
4 sausage
Oh,
fingers.
is that where it came from?
Yeah,
Hold on.
he's like,
Hold on.
"Ugh."
Hold the.
Fat 4 sausage fingers. Hey, so Risky Ray, before you go, my friend, what do you think of this bourbon that we're sipping on?
Oh, dude. Actually, so it is a rye. It really is a rye whiskey. When I'm talking about, like, it's a rye whiskey, usually rye whiskeys have a little bit more potency in them. So
It does.
Yeah.
It has a little bite.
It has some bite.
Yeah,
it's
it's in the back of my
bite.
throat.
Yeah, it's. I think it's like 53 and something, 106 proof, something like that.
Good God.
From Kentucky. So I guess there was an old distillery that they kind of revitalized and just revived, and anyway, so they aged their rye for I think look at the back of the bottle for me. Right, was it 3 or 6? I want to be right on this. Was it 6? 6 years.
Says
Aging.
3.
It's an entire story back here,
Oh,
bro.
look at the bottom.
Was in the
numbers
middle. Says
to the
3 right there. What was that?
Oh, years age? Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Uh,
aging.
you see where I'm at, Risky Ray? I saw the 3 right away.
Yes, I saw that. You're a whiskey drinker. I see that for sure. But I mean, you guys are all in the Pendleton. We love the Pendleton. And
Pendleton is so smooth. It is, man.
It is smooth for a Canadian whiskey and for the blend on what they do.
Excuse me.
And of course, they have their promotions and they have their gimmicks.
And
about
they have
it.
yet to reach out to us, the Ad
Oh,
Astra
we're
Boys.
Still, we're still waiting on them.
you know what? After a while, they're going to be, banging on our doors, and we're going to be like, you know what? We tried to reach out to you before when we were nobody. Now you know us. Now everybody knows us. Now you want to be our friends. And we'll be like, okay. And we'll be like, okay.
Dial it back. But I think there's going to be a lot of competition.
You want
a lot
something
of competition, and we're going to be picky about it.
So it does have a good, It does have a good flavor. You're getting a lot of caramel. You're getting that vanilla. You're definitely getting a lot. I'm sure they're using new American oak aging in their process, so you can get all of those notes and all those flavors.
I'm going to ruin mine with Diet Dr. Pepper. Well, thank you, Risky Ray, for your time here, my friend. I appreciate it, and we'll be looking forward to you on the next episode. All right. Well, there you have it, man. That was Risky Ray's picks. So it's up to you. What do you want to do? I mean, do you take his bets, or you just, listen to somebody else? All right, man. What do you guys think? What's up next?
Well, I know Tony's been chopping at the bit on the Skip Bayless and Shannon and Barkley.
We got a live spill. Is this the first live spill?
No, this is second spill.
Well, this is not my first live spill, but it was very minimal. We got a napkin over here.
A napkin. Maybe some paper towels, bro, or a mop or something.
Paper towel, somebody.
Anissa,
somebody.
I'll tell you, Risky Ray took the over.
So Risky Ray can attest to this. During Poker League, it was his Uncle Al was number 1, Andy Ramirez was number 2, and T.I. over here was the number 3 spiller in the league.
That is not true. I was not the number
bro, come on,
No, that's false. That is false. I spilled one drink. I spilled one drink the whole season.
And I will say the one I remember for sure, you spilled it into yourself.
Yes, and that was the only one. So it definitely wasn't the top 3. I can name the top 3 right now. It was Andy, it was Al, and it was your wife that only played with us twice. And that's the truth.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so, all right. So we're going to go ahead and T.I. wants to talk about the whole controversy with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
So
playing Skip.
So no, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there has been a beef brewing for a while, and I really didn't know how big it was until Skip decided to put out a plea to the authorities at some level. I think he may be trying to get Charles Barkley canceled, so I'll explain a little bit more. Before I do, though, I think to give it some context, we're just going to play a real quick soundbite, and then I want to get your guys' thoughts. Go ahead, Waltz.
Who tried to cancel Charles Barkley?
Just go ahead and listen to it. We'll explain more. Skip Bayless.
That's ridiculous.
He's working on it.
I get a disease and I'm going to die. How about I get Skip Bayless in here and I kill him live on national television? I'm going to tell you something. If I could get Skip Bayless in a room, and they need DNA to define who it was when I got through with it.
More games coming tomorrow. TNT rolls out a pair of Game 2s Wednesday night, both follow-ups.
I challenge Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. No, I like Shannon. Only thing I want to do is put my foot up Skip's ass. Okay. Well, let's see if Skip's up for. I do social media, so I get all my information off Bleacher Report. I read an article today.
So do I.
You read something?
I did.
Okay.
If you work with a damn idiot, they'll buy you out.
Oh.
So.
Man, we should all get paid then.
Yeah. So
wow, that was some those are some strong statements right there.
So
fucking violence.
So to give context, right? So apparently Barkley's been going at him over the years, and it wasn't on my radar that Barkley's been going after him like that, right? So think about the context of this, though. This is on podcast, but bigger than that, a lot of this is on the bigger stages, right? These are during the playoffs that he's saying this stuff. During halftime shows, after the game, when they got all these eyes and ears, and he's just going hard on him, right? So Skip, I thought he kind of had a pretty weak comeback to it. But what I said, I feel like he's trying to cancel him, right? Just kind of listen to you'll hear Skip here in just a second. You'll hear his words, and you'll see where he's trying to take this.
Seriously, 20 years. I never care about anybody taking shots at me unless that somebody repeatedly says on national TV he would like to kill me.
See where he's trying to take it?
How can a commentator of Charles Barkley's stature be allowed to continue to suggest that you deserve to die?
Oh, fuck's sake.
I kept saying to Evelyn, her mom, and also to Ernestine.
Ernestine, his wife.
Evelyn. Ernestine.
His wife is named Ernestine?
It is.
I go after Skip Bayless because
Interesting.
I don't like him at all.
If I
Okay,
get a
so we'll
disease and I'm gonna,
Oh, here, we can stop it there. So at the end, so what Skip Bayless says, he's like, I will no longer be Charles Barkley's punching bag. From this point on, I'm going to punch back like I did just now. And I'm like, did you really just punch back or did you just bitch? So I thought about it, and I think what he meant by punching back is he's trying to get Charles Barkley in trouble, right? That's why he mentioned that about killing him. He's using those words. So I think he's trying to get people to try to get him tamed a little bit. That's what I think he's hoping for. Now, a lot of other analysts have weighed in on it. The one I was most interested in was Stephen A. Stephen A. actually had Skip's back.
Really?
Just like Shannon Sharp. Actually, Shannon Sharp kind of has Skip's back in a roundabout way, too. And they both feel the same way that, hey, without Skip Bayless, they don't have the career that they have today.
Right. Well, because
So-
Stephen A. was with Skip
Yes.
before Shannon.
Yeah.
And
I'll be honest with you, man. I really Skip Bayless's show. I don't like it. I don't like it. Even when they had Stephen A. He argues and he's too damn loud. That's what he does. He'll get on TV and he just yells. And then you have Shannon Sharp and I didn't like it.
I got to be honest, I liked the dynamic at first, but then after a while, right, if you watch enough of them, it seemed like they always talked about the same thing. It was either the Lakers, it was the Cowboys, or it was Tom Brady. I swear that they talked about it on every single show.
And they had biases.
Yes.
It wasn't fun. It wasn't,
Yeah.
it was just boring to me.
So on that note, the other rumor is, I think it's been all but confirmed 100%. It's been somewhat confirmed, but Skip and Shannon, after 5 seasons, are officially, I think, breaking up. And so Skip is now looking for his new, I don't know what you want to call it, but whoever it is. Co-host. Yeah, so I was going to say something else. Probably inappropriate. But Skip,
It could have been any worse than
Yeah,
his.
you know what? You've been inappropriate for 10 episodes so far. So
on some
sure,
levels,
just go ahead.
some levels.
Throw
but,
it in there.
But the rumor is that Skip 100% calls all the shots, and I think if that's the case, probably why Shannon Sharp's leaving. He
Right.
got his stock up there high enough. He
Yeah.
has options now.
Yes.
Right.
Let's go ahead and move on so we can get rid of the impersonation.
Yep.
Thank
All right,
God.
so
yes.
Chris Paul has been waived. Where do you think he's going? Has he already reached past his prime?
Yes. What is he 37?
Dude, yeah, even though at his age, he still is a factor. Did you see him with the Phoenix Suns?
I think he's a factor, but he's past his prime.
So
for sure.
here's where I see
think he's a
him.
factor.
Remember when Ray Allen played with Ray John Rondo? He played with Kevin Garnett. He played with,
Yeah.
So at that point
Celtics, right?
Yes. At that point in Ray Allen's career, he wasn't the guy he used to be, but he was that solid
He was
guy
a
that
fact.
could come in
Right,
and he could put up big moments in big games. And so that's where I see Chris Paul possibly being looked at for teams going forward.
I
He's
think
not going to
for
get a big
sure.
contract.
No, but I think for sure he can go to a team and contribute a lot.
Oh,
and,
for
and,
sure. But
take
are-
that team to the next level.
Yeah,
whatever team that
but
can
are
be.
they going to give him the Chris Paul money that he's used to? No, I don't see that.
No, I
the
think-
game's changing too.
Yeah.
By the way,
No, Chris Paul's not. He's done with the max contracts and all that big money. He'll have to go somewhere on a smaller deal and win a championship. That should be what he'd be looking for. A team that can, if he's on the team, will push him over the top and into that championship level.
Where do you want to see him at? I like Chris Paul. I like
I
Chris
do
Paul. I
too.
like to see him.
A good spot
He's
I'd like to see
successful.
him at.
He's never won a ring, right?
No. I would like to see him at the Lakers.
that's an option. But I feel like they what would he be? Shooting guard, point guard, what?
Point guard.
Point guard.
I think another great option for him possibly would be Jaylen Brown, who is expressing some discontent, I guess, if they bring back Missoula for the Celtics. So that's a possible option.
Jaylen Brown. There's been a lot of rumors that he wants to be traded. I think him and Tatum don't get along that well. Is kind of what I've been hearing.
Oh, if you don't get along with Tatum, you better find another team.
So just to touch up on what you guys were talking about, they actually had Chris Paul linked to the Lakers because they're saying that's the missing piece right now for the Lakers to get to the next level with the team that they have.
So I was thinking that too, fucking. But then that makes the Lakers like the oldest team in the league, huh?
Yeah. But when you're playing with all-stars like that. And then the other
Jalen
thing-
Brown signed him now and then signed Tater.
Tater.
Man, I already ate twice before
Jason
I came.
Taters.
No, I think Jalen
I love that
Brown's
name.
contract is up first, so they're going to have to sign him first, and then But also, it looks like maybe Brown don't want to sign there. There's been a lot of rumors.
They say it all depends if they bring Missoula back or not.
Really, that's the thing.
That's
Missoula?
the so that's the story I seen. I couldn't give you the source right now, but yes, that's what I remember seeing.
And that's the holdup with the Lakers right now is they want to see what they're going to do with D'Angelo Russell before they make a bid or a play on Chris Paul.
You know what? I wasn't thinking about Russell.
Russ, yeah.
That's going to be.
I think
something
I think the Lakers just him disappearing the way he did in the playoffs, man. That took his stock took a big hit.
Oh, I think there was at times that they couldn't play him because he just could not play defense, and he was taking bad shots. It was rough.
Yeah, if you can't play defense and you're not hitting your shots, then
That was
now,
it, yeah.
it's like we could put up with it if you're hitting your shots. We could put up with the defensive issues, but if you're not hitting the shots, man, you got to take a seat.
Have you guys seen the new rumors about LeBron getting traded to the Dallas Mavericks?
Man, that's
reuniting with
That's not rumors.
Kyrie
That's
Irving.
Kyrie Irving called LeBron and tried to talk him into
That's what
it.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
there's-
That's the rumor that they're trying to reunite because they're trying to
But
put together.
also,
and that's all it
that team.
is.
Could
It's a
you imagine
rumor.
LeBron with
I think the
Luka and Kyrie.
I think the conversation actually happened. I think Kyrie actually called
Oh,
LeBron.
he did. Yeah, that's.
But the Lakers said they have no interest in trading with Mavericks unless it includes Luka, which is not going to happen.
Right.
So
Right.
that's going to be dead. That play's dead.
All right, you guys want to transition over to the NFL?
Yeah, I think we're done with the NBA.
All right, we are transferring over now to the NFL, to Chiefs talk. I want to know, have you guys heard this? Big news. Well, it wasn't. So the Chiefs ended up going to the White House because they were Super Bowl champions. They went out there and had a great time. There was all kinds of TikTok videos and great pictures that they took. And then Travis Kelce made fun. He tried to go up to the podium. I was like, well, I'd like to thank everybody. And then Patrick Mahomes grabbed his ass like, nope. Because everybody was afraid he was going to start talking crap like, I don't know, jabronis. And
it was pretty good.
It was funny.
But it was set up. They already said it was set up.
I was hoping it was set up because I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
damn, that was kind of rude.
Right. It was good acting for sure.
It was just guys having fun.
No, absolutely. I'm with you.
All right, a little friendly banter. So, yeah, so they went to the White House, so that was a good time. Let's see, Devin Cook was released.
so-
Do we care?
So real quick at the White House, there were some little rumors going around real quick because Mr. Frank Clark was at the White House as well.
Yeah, they
and
are.
So we had
Former
rumors.
players.
We had rumors
Juju was
going
there.
around for 1 or 2 days that we might sign Frank Clark.
Yeah,
I thought he had
Which
already signed
I
before
got
he went.
excited.
It was like the
No.
day after.
It was the day after, right?
it was,
so they
yeah.
got some of us happy, like myself, right? Because I thought, hey, we might get him for like 1 or 2 years, a good price tag, right? And this asshole went to the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. 1 year, $5 million. He can make up to $7.5 million. On the
Okay,
deal.
so he goes to the Denver Broncos. He's on that one side. Are we worried about him?
I think the name is bigger than the impact. I think the name is bigger than the impact at this point. That's my take.
Yeah.
Plus, it's playoff time. Then you need to worry about Frank Clark.
That too, and I think he did a lot to help some of our younger players here. Which I mean, I don't know if he's going to have that same,
I'm trying to remember.
rapport with players out there.
Is Denver Broncos defense pretty good? I think they had a
They
couple of
had a
solid
good-
players,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they had a pretty good defense.
Okay,
but
so-
too bad Russell Wilson was their quarterback
Oh,
last year.
goodness gracious. That guy. Oh, man, that's horrible. Oh, the way he played. Okay. All right. Enough again. No more about the donkeys. All right. So he signed for the 1 year, $5 million, up to $7.5 million. Good for you, Frank Clark. I wish you well. New stadiums, guys. New stadiums.
So Buffalo is getting a new stadium. Are they going to be open next year? Do you know, Risky Ray? Do you know when the Buffalo Stadium going to be open?
2024.
So not this season, but next season.
Correct.
So it's $1.5 billion stadium. So that's going to be pretty nice. So here locally, I know the Royals are trying to move downtown, and what we're thinking is that the Chiefs are waiting to see what the Royals get, and then the Chiefs can make their move if they want to stay there. I don't know. The Chiefs can't move downtown too.
No,
that would be a horrible.
That would
idea.
look weird though. If the Royals do leave and go downtown, and it's just Chiefs, what are they going to do with that Royal Stadium? And
tear
just
it down. It's gonna be tore down and
make it into a bigger Chiefs.
I think they've been trying to do some kind of entertainment thing over there before games and stuff.
That's what Ken?
That's what they need to do with it.
But
put an entertainment district right by the Chiefs game.
If they get rid of Kaufman and they move it to downtown, they need to tear down Kaufman and make it an entertainment district.
Yeah, because you want something, right? That if you build something when we don't have games here, that you're doing something with that real estate and you're taking advantage of what you got.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
I don't. When they say entertainment, I don't know if they mean like restaurants, bars, because
Like
that's not.
I think they're talking like Furs cafeteria, you know, like
Riots?
a fun fact.
Oh, I love Ponderosa.
I like Ponderosa too, man.
I miss the red Kool-Aid.
But no, because that's not an area that people are going to go to. I mean, like downtown, you got Power and Light.
Yeah,
people are going to go
no
there.
hotels down there. So hotels all around the area. And that okay,
Well,
that makes
the
sense.
old
I would think, but they
Hotel
could
right
do
across the way.
something for like game day entertainment there.
Almost like a P&L?
Oh, you're talking about like where they're currently at, or where
The Chiefs Stadium right now.
Yeah,
Arrowhead
where
Stadium.
currently at? No, you're right. Yeah, fuck, it'd be hard to get people to.
Gemma, Hema, Nema, Lima.
They could
But
develop
but so the Royals baseball downtown I think works, but football the way we do it in Kansas City does not work.
Yeah, because we
Especially
got to
with
have our tailgating.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
They take that away, it just changes the way it feels.
I mean that's the whole part of going to the game is
And-
the tailgate.
Yeah, and not everybody are privileged enough around the United States to be able to tailgate like we can. Like
Or
they
even
can't
go
do
to a
it.
goddamn
Am I
game.
correct, Ken? In Texas, they do not.
that. No,
They're
absolutely.
not allowed.
I mean,
California, they're not allowed.
well, they're allowed to, but parking is a big issue with everything when it comes to tailgating at other places like that. And that's what we have is we have the area to tailgate to accommodate everybody to be out there like that. And that's why it doesn't need to move to downtown.
Right, because there's only two reasons in life you can crack a beer open at 6 a.m. in the morning. You're going to the Chiefs game or you're going on a float trip. That's the only two reasons, in my book anyway.
What?
I could think of a few others, but I get what you're getting.
Cordish group for blah blah.
Just go ahead and tell us, Ray.
Yeah, just yell it out to us, Ray.
Cordish group from Baltimore came in and did P&L for Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking that same group, the Cordish group from Baltimore. You're just
Looking for groups.
Okay.
Groups to come in and see what space is available.
who ordered wine
Investment
over
groups.
Investment.
I just brought it down because it was 19 Crimes. It was cool looking.
Has
I
Snoop
just
Dogg on
wanted-
the front.
yeah, yeah.
On
This is from Worldwide Distribution, so we're just repping them a little bit tonight.
But since we're talking about old Chiefs players, did you guys see D-Rob sign?
Yeah, with the Rams.
With the Rams,
With the
yeah.
Rams, yeah.
He left Baltimore, moved on to the LA Rams. Yeah.
Who?
DeMarcus Robinson.
The wide receiver?
Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. We got some breaking news. Breaking news. So Jokic is out of the game right now. Jokic.
You check your check, motherfucker.
Yes. So
Jokic?
Jokic. Yeah, you got me all fucked up.
I did?
Yes, I'm gonna blame you for the Jokovic. So,
At least that sounds
He
better
is-
than your check,
hold on.
motherfucker.
Who is
It
it, Tony?
bounced.
Who is it?
so he is down.
Who is it?
He is down.
Who?
Who's down?
Jokic.
No.
Okay.
Jokic. Call him the Joker. Call him the Joker. Call him
The Joker. Thank you. I'm having a really tough time with his name. So the Joker is down right now.
So what happened? Did he hear twist a knee or something?
He twisted his ankle and he's been out for about. Thank you. I need somebody to help me sound that shit out. Jokic.
Yeah.
He's been down for 5 minutes, and it looks like Aaron Gordon's going to try to step in and fill his shoes.
Good luck with that.
That would be a tough one to lose. That's obviously MVP.
Hey, kid, did you get your check?
Years.
I didn't get my check. Did you get your check?
Damn it!
Yo, checks in the mail.
Oh man, that was.
It's the first of the month. Wake up.
You can't.
The terrible part is I knew how to say his name, and when you ask me again, it's like I'm going to say it wrong. I can't think of it.
Practice. Don't ruin this.
why
Don't
we
ruin
did it.
this.
That's why we
Don't
did
you believe it, you boo.
That shows that we are not scripted because there's no way we could have scripted that whole little thing.
No.
Even after we asked, they were like, "What is it again?"
Hey, I got an idea. 3, 2, 1. Breaking news.
Yeah, go ahead. Try it again.
No. Oh, I could do it now. It's Jokic.
Whoa. Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So on top of that, initially,
I had a moment.
Initially, Jokic did twist his knee, played, and apparently it was too much discomfort. Then came out of the game. He tried to.
Oh, he's not in the game anymore.
He's not in the game right now.
So
Wow.
that changes.
Wow, that changes
everything.
a lot. Everybody, look at their phones. What is the betting line now?
If you betted on
Miami.
on the Joker, I'm calling him the Joker. Going forward, man.
You betting all your check. You gonna bet you waste all your check, motherfucker.
Hey,
I can almost think that Casey Walsh has been drinking all day.
I would go.
It was just beer and a cigar, so that
that would
yeah,
explain the
that
late
kinda-
arrival.
When we don't know yet. Is he actually coming in? Smoketown. Smoketown Barbecue. This is a good time to talk about Smoketown Barbecue, one of our favorite, greatest sponsors here. And Scott McCollum is going to be coming into town soon. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are going to try to go live. Or just,
I don't know if we'll go
I don't want
live,
to go live.
but we'll be
because
there.
We're going to
We'll
fuck
be
up
there.
somehow. We're going to say something stupid and then tell you I would edit it out. And we're like grateful for that.
But-
so what we're going to do is we're going to record straight from
Smoketown Barbecue.
Smoketown Barbecue.
However, we will be there live in person if you come out to Smoketown that day.
And we'll let you know in the next episode for sure. Wait, but is he coming or not?
He is definitely coming the weekend after Father's Day.
He's definitely coming.
He is definitely coming.
Yes. But
Okay.
It's a matter of coordinating schedules and hopefully. by
Oh
that
man,
time-
don't get me started with the
I'll-
fucking
I'll-
schedules,
Oh,
bro.
not the
Hey,
fucking
man,
schedules,
oh,
bro.
schedules.
Hey,
He'll be there.
I know they may be packed. That's what they say, but I say let's just stick with Fridays.
No. He's not talking about the schedule at the barbecue. He's
talking
talking
about
about
his
Scott's
schedule.
schedule.
Oh, Scott's schedule?
You know how
Scott's
every time,
schedule.
you know, every time he comes into
no.
town,
Man, this is different. You know he'd be there for this.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, he would. This is different from us going out partying the P&L and shit, looking for hookers and cocaine.
Okay. Let's reel it all back.
Definitely
Let's
got to
reel it
edit
all
that out for anyone that doesn't know better.
Nope, don't edit it out. Do not edit it out.
Let's bring it on back to the NFL. Do we have anything else
Bring it
to
on
touch
back.
on?
Bring it
there?
on back. Bring it on back. Anything else?
So, no, but I don't think you said our special guest. We're going to
Josh
have
Allen?
Josh Allen.
That's not that big of a story, but he's on the cover of Madden
the new
24.
Wait,
so
wait. I hear two different conversations. You said a
Let's
special
get the curse
guest,
back.
and then you
Well,
said Josh Allen.
somebody
we
said-
have Josh Allen coming on our show. What the fuck? Since when?
Almost.
ever since
We're
we found
having
out
the
he made the
real
cover
Danny
of Madden.
Flores. The real Danny Flores is
They're
going to be
both
on our show.
athletes. They're
Yeah,
both. They're both.
Yeah. So, Tony, do you want to send that link to him, and we'll go ahead and jump into baseball.
He has the link. We'll just go ahead and call him live on the air. Although this is being recorded and you won't see it live. But if you're watching this, this is a real live situation that happened.
So, on a last note with the NFL, did you guys see that
Maybe I should take the
guy got robbed from the
Cleveland.
Cleveland Browns?
Two of them, right?
Two of them
Daniel?
got robbed
Yeah.
at gunpoint. Yeah.
Did they get a bunch of cash or something, or?
Yeah. I think they said they just got done at the ATM or something like that. I think that's what I read. I'm not 100% sure, but it was.
Tony.
Gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. Some D-back, I believe, is who it was.
No name player.
Newsom. Something Newsom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to let Richard jump on for baseball? You don't want to?
Oh.
Oh, come on, man.
And per usual.
There he is.
Hey, look at that guy right there.
Flo Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have been waiting for this moment, waiting for this time. You don't know who he is, but we all do, and you will know who he is. He is Danny the Manny Flores. Wait, what are we calling him?
We're calling him the real Danny.
The real deal Danny Flores, straight out from Florida. What do you say, my friend? Can you hear us? Are you good?
I can hear you.
He's
We
on.
actually call it Floresta now.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Floresda.
me-
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny.
Yes, sir.
How you doing,
love
man?
Love
How you
your
doing?
show, man. I'm great. I just drove back from Miami, and
Well,
boy,
you
are
was
my
on
arms
live
tired.
television, right, during the game?
Yeah, I got a couple text messages from people back in Kansas City saying that they saw me screaming at Quartaro and at Salvi.
What was you actually saying to him?
Oh man, I said that this is a tough season. I said that a couple of times. I think I said nice play. It has been a tough season.
Great lineup.
Man, I don't know about that lineup, but I'm glad that we're at least losing with our young guys for the most part.
Right. So that brings up the question we've been kind of talking about offset here is what's with the Royals? Is it draft? Is it development? What are we doing wrong here, Danny?
Before you answer that, Danny, let me just explain real quick. So Danny Flores grew up in the Kansas City area. We just want to explain that, okay? So he's a childhood friend, and he moved down to Florida for some motherfucking reason. I guess he's retired now because he's like, what is it, 63? And you can do that now. So he is a huge Royals fan. He's a Kansas City sports fan. So what say you, my friend? What is going on with the KC Royals?
Yeah, I'm in Florida, but still Argentine Mustangs for life, right?
Oh, yeah.
AGT,
yeah,
well,
baby,
you practice
AGT,
that thing.
you know it, yep.
Yeah, I've been down here, guys, for about 8 years, I think now.
Wow, has it been that long?
Yeah,
I thought it was
been
longer.
a minute. It felt like that, huh? I miss you too, Waltz, like the deserts miss the rain.
There you go. Love that song.
Who doesn't? It's been tough to watch the Royals kind of decompose from afar and try to defend them to these Devil Ray fans down here because we're kind of in similar situations. Tampa's a little bit bigger than Kansas City, maybe 1 million people more, but I mean, can't draw anybody out to the park. We're constrained by, our slow payroll. I'd say that they're in a tougher division, and they do a much better job of keeping that cycle going. These guys, they're not afraid to trade away stars at their peaks, and I mean the peak of their value, contract-wise, and it's something that I wish Kansas City would do. Sometimes I feel that we try to hang on to an aging star just to keep butts in the seats, just to keep somebody in the lineup that fans can remember.
But Danny, didn't we do that with some of our stars from the World Series team?
But dude, no, we traded none of them. That's the point that we're making. Yes, we had all.
So their contracts were up, and then we just had to let them go, or
they just went. They were free agents, so they just went. We did. Usually, a lot of teams at the end of the contract, they try to trade them, get a little something back, but we wrote it out and just.
The only one that I know that we traded for sure was Whit Merrifield. We got something out of Toronto, not much.
I mean, that was also as a late trade. We should have traded him two years earlier. I mean,
but COVID hit, and that was part of the issue.
No, like you said,
he
Danny,
never had his shots. And
trading at peak value, that's something the Royals just will not do. They won't do it.
And it goes back even further. Joaquin Soria, Mike Sweeney, Whit Merrifield, guys where we were in the basement. We could have got something, and Tampa's not afraid to do that. I wish we were a little bit more transactional like they are. I think we've whiffed on a lot of our drafts. I'm still waiting for that big college pitcher draft of, 2018 to come through.
That's what we keep talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, the Rays, and that's what I attribute the Rays' success with, is they draft players, and it seems like a lot of their talent comes from pitching, where we just can't seem to develop pitching. I know they got Wander Franco and Randy Arozarena and all those guys like that.
Yeah, that one, the last one you just said, he just got injured.
Yeah. I mean, they still got the
Today.
bats, but
Good
I
one,
mean,
Waltz.
I think they develop.
The last one.
Their pitchers, and they can spot the talent better than we do because we've, like you said, from the 2018 draft, we've whiffed on every pitcher that we've ever picked up. And speaking of which, Josh Stalmont hit the IL just the other day. I think.
He? Yeah. So I did a little comparison in draft picks. I actually did it with the Baltimore Orioles because they were good around that 2014, 2016 area, just kind of like we were, and they fell off, just kind of like we fell off. And but now they're back up running, and we're still, not very good at all. They have like 8 players in the top 100 prospects. We have 1, and he's number 69. The Orioles have the number 3, the number 29, the number 50, the number 49, and some other players. And as you can see, they have drafted high, but they've hit on their draft picks. Our draft picks, where's my list here? We have not hit on any of our draft picks. The one that we're supposed to hit on was Bobby Witt, and he's been okay, but he hasn't been great.
He's still young. I mean, you do have to give him that. He's
Well,
only.
how long do we have to wait? What is he, 25? Right?
No, he's like 23.
He's like 22 or 23.
He's a young guy. How long did we wait for Mondesi? I know it was injuries there, not necessarily. Well, it was poor.
We don't talk
performance,
about
too.
Bruno.
So
No
since
more.
2019 that's when Bobby Witt was picked number 2. Then we had AC Lacey picked number 4. He's not even pitching right now. I don't know what his deal is. In 21 we picked number 7. It had Frank Mazzucato. He's in high A. I mean, come on, high A. We need to get going bigger than that.
To give him credit, he was a high school guy, and he was from the Northeast, so he really didn't have as much experience.
Not the talent that.
And then Gavin
California.
Cross, who was our pick last year, is in A, but he is our only top 100 prospect that we have right now.
Oh, he's at 69.
He's the 69. Yep.
Okay.
Man, that's sad. And, well, I guess we did have quite a few rookies graduate to the big team last year, but, yeah, we haven't done a good job there. We really haven't. I mean, have we recently brought in any free agents that are just dead wood? You know, like the old Jose Guillens and.
Have we actually tapped in like the Latin countries? You know, for the young
Dominicans.
prospects.
I don't think as good as Tampa does, or some of the other teams.
Tampa or New York or.
Is it because location?
I don't think it's that because there's a draft now. There's an international draft.
I think it has to do with our developmental program. Like, I just don't think we have what other teams have.
Right.
We're that small market.
And
we
you know
just
what?
can't-
What hurt us with the draft, because before when we were getting Hosmer and Moustakis and them, we could overpay them. There was no salary cap in the draft. So we was able to overpay players to get them to come to Kansas City via the draft. And now we can't do that. Now everybody's on the same playing field, and we don't have that. What's the word I'm looking for? We don't have that ability to
leverage.
Yeah, that leverage to overpay players to get them to come here.
Or maybe we're looking at the wrong countries. I noticed that when we had the World Baseball Classic, we had a couple guys from Australia. We had a British dude. There was a team Israel. I think maybe we should refocus and look at those Caribbean countries or Central American countries.
I think we need to move
Japan,
over to the Asian countries. You see
Wow.
what they could do.
You're always trying to promote.
Hey, it's Asian Heritage Month.
So, well, I will say this. This is the first year of JJ Picola. So, I mean, maybe we're making a change here. Obviously, it's going to be years before we...
It's going to be a while.
Yeah,
and actually, he inherited a bunch of young players. So just give it a chance, man. I want to give him his 3-4 years, and we'll see how it goes. I think it'll get better.
Well,
The
can't get
only
much worse.
concern, I do have concerns about that, though.
With the Royals, yeah.
I mean,
What's that?
He comes from the same tree, like the same coaching tree, the same general manager tree. So you would think that he probably has similar philosophies. I was looking at some the same
Moore.
philosophies as Dayton Moore. I was looking at Oakland Athletics and think about their GM and how forward thinking he was, and hey, don't bunt, don't steal. He moved on, or he moved up, and his protege, I was looking, they're leading the league in stolen bases. They're not leading the league in wins, but I mean, you can have like a total
fantasy-wise,
philosophy
that's great.
change.
Yeah, I think they need to get back to some of the old '80s baseball, the small ball. You need to get, everybody's focused on exit velocity, home runs, things like that, and they need to get back to small ball. You need.
I
to
believe
get
they
base
call it
hits,
exit
batting
velo. They call it velo.
Yeah,
It sounds
well,
so cool when they
yes.
say it like that.
He's
With the
70-year-old men saying velo.
Yeah, with the pitch clock, the stolen bases were supposed to go up this year.
And they shortened the base path by, I don't know, what is it, like a foot, because the bases are bigger now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was, they were hoping that would, spice the game up, encourage teams to steal more, stuff like that. But, we were debating this on the last podcast. I don't know if you watched that or not, Daniel. What are your thoughts on the pitch clock,
course.
batter's clock, stuff like that?
Of course.
Man,
What do you think on that? Like I said,
I
I have no problem with the pitch clock. The pitch clock is a good thing, but I have a problem. Well, take that the other way. I like the batter's clock because when we have Nomar Garcia-Power up there adjusting his batting gloves for 45 seconds to a minute, that's great. But I think the
They're
pitch
entertained.
clock is a little excessive. I think the where they're allowed 3 moves. I can't remember how they phrase it, but where they're allowed 3 pickoff moves or something like that.
They can make 2 pickoff moves. The third one, if you don't get them out, and then he gets to move bases.
Yeah, that I don't mind because there are a lot of times where players stall and do that kind of stuff. But I think the batter's clock has some points to it, but the pitch clock I just think it's a little excessive.
Yeah. So Dan,
I hate all these moves. I think it's
don't like them all. Okay.
Yeah, he's playing God. He's trying to change the natural order of things.
Yep.
I think I never had a problem. Yeah, what have they shortened it by? 10 minutes?
30.
30. But on average,
You're close.
I think
close, Danny.
I think on average, I think it had it at like 20 something. But I think the very first game where they played it, and that was the one that they keep emphasizing that is like, oh, it shortened it by 30 minutes. You know what I mean?
Well, I get paid by the hour. They can take their time. I want to get good value for my
I thought
money.
you were salary. I thought you getting paid all that bank down there. That's why you left.
I wouldn't say that. But,
yeah.
Hey, so earlier you were saying that there's a problem in Tampa getting people to come to the stadium.
I was going to ask you that, Dennis. So now you've been there for what, 8 years, whatever. What is the
7.
deal? I mean, yeah. So you guys have great baseball seasons every year, and then there's playoff games, and I don't see anyone in the stands. What is it? What's the demographic?
They live in Tampa, and there's an ocean right by them.
well, yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of competition for the entertainment dollar, but I think the biggest thing is the fact that well, first off, it's an older population. I'm considered young here. Think about that. And these guys all come from somewhere else.
Right.
They come from Nova Scotia. They come from Boston. The only time they really go to the Trop is when their team is in town. Just like me, I only go with the Royals.
Danny.
And if you've ever been in the Trop, I mean, I can't imagine Oakland situation stadium is worse than this. It's basically like watching baseball in the Sam's Club.
Right. That's amazing. Yeah, I saw that Oakland had set some terrible attendance record for like 3,000 people or something like that.
Wow. Yeah, think about this. They've been in the playoffs the past 4 years. We outdraw them. It's just a terrible situation, and I think they may lose the team because they just cannot make a decision.
That's the next thing that they say is on the chopping block moving over to Las Vegas is the rumor I've heard.
Who, the Tampa?
No,
Oakland is going to Vegas.
Yeah, I think that's a done
Yeah.
deal, right? That's almost a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Oakland's going to Las Vegas. The ones that I have heard, and there's a couple of strange ones. They've talked about Memphis or Nashville, Orlando, and then the wild idea. Tell me what you guys think of this. Half the season you played in Tampa Bay, half the season you play in Montreal.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That would not work. That would not work. I don't like that idea at all.
Not at all.
That's stupid. Why would we want to go up there?
And what happens during the playoffs? Where do they host those games?
Exactly.
That's crazy. And can they agree on a mascot that makes sense?
I haven't heard
Montreal?
I haven't heard that scenario, but I have heard the Vegas one.
What is an expo?
Didn't hear Orlando, but I did hear Nashville.
What's an expo, Danny? The Montreal Expos. What's an expo?
Well, I think an expo is like a convention, and there's a lot of
so
art
they're the
galleries
Montreal
and stuff up
conventions,
there.
Like buildings? They're the Montreal buildings?
Or in the restaurant industry, an expo is a person that runs your food out to the table and double checks it all. So.
That's right.
All right, Daniel,
An
anything else you
expediter.
want to add, my friend?
I didn't hear you.
Anything else you want to add on?
No. Good to see you guys. I love your show. I'm a longtime listener for weeks now. And
Good man.
thank
Did you
for having
subscribe
me
yet,
on.
Daniel?
He said he has. He has subscribed.
I want to say I was like one of the first 3 subscribers.
Oh, okay. And who's your favorite character?
That's so hard to pick. It's like picking between.
It's like picking your
All
favorite
of your
child.
favorite
You
children?
can't do that.
Everybody has a
pick
favorite child.
favorites. Can't pick favorites.
I have a favorite child. His name is Diego.
Yeah.
Oh, good one, buddy. Good one.
Hey-o.
I think the recent addition of Joey Mullets has kind of solidified his place in the thing.
Does he have a mullet?
Danny, well, thank you for coming on, and it was great information. And hopefully we can have you back sometime soon.
Yeah,
I'll
so
see you
next
guys in August.
Yeah, man. Next time we get you on, we're going to be talking about your local football teams, all right?
Oh, my Buccaneers. See ya.
All right.
Oh, the
See you later.
Later,
Thank
buddy.
you, Daniel. All right. Well, that was the real Dan, the true man, Flowers. All right, next up, hey, Richie Rich, are you going to come on up here? I guess he has a huge announcement. It's not a huge announcement. He just wants to come up here and say hello.
Yeah,
so
real dick? Just plain dick.
Just plain dick.
Stop.
Just plain dick. All right, Richard, what do you say, my friend? When you speak, please speak into the microphone.
Okay, buddy. Well,
there you are.
When I see the podcast a lot, I see super duper duper red. I bought a couple blue grit gifts that I think's gonna get the place a little blue. So
All right, we can do some blue up in here.
So the first one's a little gag gift here, but got the classic blue plastic.
Yeah,
Hey,
the batting helmet.
there it is.
I like
Look at
it.
that. Stick it on your head. There you
There
go.
was
buddy.
probably nachos in there at one point.
Nachos, ice cream. Somebody might have to throw up one day, and there you go.
Or maybe when Tony spills the beer next time, we can put it over there real quick and catch it. Right here.
Okay, so here we go. That's
It didn't
blue.
work.
I know it's very
It
simple,
hurt.
buddy.
I
but
like it. I like it.
Remember, I told you people are going to be able to touch this and hopefully not tear up anything
Touch
else
this.
over in that area. All right, here we go. So
All
the
right,
second
Richard.
one is, who is the baddest athlete you know, and he's a blue guy?
Casey
Bo
Watts?
Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Fucking Jackson.
Yeah.
Bo knows.
Yep, here we go. So,
That was Joey Mullets you heard right there. His voice has been popping in here and there.
so we got a
Oh
plaque. We got a plaque.
boy, yes!
We're gonna
Look at
put
this.
We're going to put Bo up.
We will definitely have Bo up here somewhere.
Hell yeah. Anissa
Pass it
says
over.
she's going to
Pass
get
it
a
on so I can
Bo
put it in front of
Jackson
the camera.
jersey pretty soon. So
Yeah, there we go.
we got a couple blue things.
Quick update on the Royals. They just lost 3-2. Always by one. Always by one.
Either by 1 or by 10. Nah, it's always different.
Never in the middle.
Man,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
So there's two, all right, buddy? And then here we go. We got
Yeah, it's the baseball card. I like the baseball card.
Anissa says she's going to hook these up. Right now, they're check that out.
Oh.
So that's signed.
These
That's-
actually signed World Series newspapers
our,
for November 2nd, 2015.
Open it up a little more, and there's another guy down there that signed it. That big brown guy, Salvador.
Salve!
Oh,
So we got Salvi.
yeah, that's going to be in
Who
a
else we
frame,
got?
buddy.
We got Wade Davis, and then the catcher, Brutera, that came in
Yeah.
and caught. So, okay. So there we go. Anissa
There
says
you
she's
go.
going to stick it in a frame.
T.I.?
Hell yeah, that's badass, buddy.
Actually, I think we might
So
put that right over here where the Marcus Allen jersey is. That's
So
a
we
nice
got
little
some
spot
blue,
right
yep.
here. Yep, I like it.
We got one more.
Oh, man, you came with all the gifts, buddy. What else you got in there?
Here we go.
Hope it's breakfast burritos.
It's another paper. It's a little rougher here, but this one.
Oh, is that 1985? Oh,
I feel like I should have some white gloves on.
man.
Put it in plastic. What's the matter with you, Richard?
It's got, some tape on
1985, October 28th, on a Monday, Kansas City Star. Look at this.
it. Hell yeah, baby. We
Man.
need some blue up here. Joe Hubin, he's got a
at
badass
that.
place.
Wash your hands, T.I.
I'm
Yeah,
very.
yeah.
I love it.
You
Down
know,
here, buddy. Thanks for having me on, you guys. Okay, Waltz.
Thank you, Rachi Rich.
There we go.
Hachi Rich. Thanks, bud. Hey, thanks for the
you,
gift,
Richard.
man. Thank you, bud.
Tony
Absolutely.
My homie Scott at home, buddy.
Richard, have you
Smoked
subscribed
out.
yet? Did you figure
Yeah.
that out yet?
Yeah, you guys push the buttons for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All
You're
right,
like, here,
so
give
you're
me your
getting our
phone.
updates.
All right.
Good,
Hell
good.
yeah.
All right, okay.
Again, thanks for having me on.
No, man, thank
Here we
you.
go, buddy. All right. We're going to go back to the game. Here, Tony Hanna can have his spot back.
Keep
Denver's
the
up.
keep that
Denver's
fragile
up.
paper away from T.I. because he keeps on spilling shit over here.
Yeah, yeah.
The score is 55-49
Joker
going
has
into
been in
halftime.
for a
Here we go.
while.
Has Joker been back?
Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
in since like 6
Yep,
minutes.
he's back.
Okay.
6 minutes in the second quarter.
Hey, Richard, you want to talk real quick about the PGA?
Golf.
I mean, other than they combined there with the live golf.
Yeah, man. So I
So
want to
as
talk about that real
yeah,
quick.
no.
All right, let's transition over real quick.
I want to ask
say,
Richard because Richard plays golf quite a bit.
Yes.
So what do you? Because when you guys go golfing on Sundays, do you talk about this live versus PGA stuff? Or
Oh yeah, you hear it. You hear the banter. Hell yeah! But it all changed this past week. It's super hot, man. You know.
So let me
which-
let me explain real quick what's going on with Live and what's going on with the PGA Tour. Okay, so the PGA Tour has always been around for fucking decades, forever. Okay, so Live, backed up by Saudi Arabia, decided to pump in billions of dollars into their own little tour, whatever.
Golf tour.
Their little golf tour. And so they started attracting a lot of our American players, players around the world, including our American players. And then, so it's very controversial. Some of these players that are well known, they're professional golf players. They decided to take the money, get up and go. There's two arguments about that. The argument going to Saudi Arabia and playing for Live Golf is, hey man, it's a lot of money there, and
You want to get paid. Take care of your family.
Let's take care of our families. Go over there. But on this side, an American side, it's like fuck that. They're terrorists and they're fucking murderers. And how dare you guys go over there and fuck around with them? Let's have some values, all right? And so that's the split right there. That's the way I see it. That's the way I heard it. How dare we try to go over there and play with them? So that was about what, a year ago?
It's been about a year.
So let's fast forward to nowadays. So Live and PGA decided to merge and become partners. What the fuck? 9/11 victims are outraged. Americans are outraged, and that was a horrible decision. My opinion, but go ahead, Richard. Now you got it.
You know, we're just, you see Roy McIlroy's big.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
they
saw
show
that.
his fame. He's the biggest man out there, and he's got his opinions. And they told him that they were not going to do it, and then unfortunately, it sounds like it was a very small group, and that's like huge.
Going with that,
the biggest deals have been really against like 2 or 3 people.
Right.
It's probably on a napkin or something, and you get out of that room, and you probably don't even want to shake hands with the other guy, but the deal is done, man,
Yeah.
and you
So
gotta
I
live
think,
with it.
like,
and
a
those
lot of-
people came in and stole this money. They just started this.
Man.
Yeah. Oh my God, these guys they're making more money off of it now. I mean, it's
Right. So a lot of PGA players went to bat for the PGA when this first started going down, and now the PGA kind of almost stabbed them in the back by taking this deal.
None of the PGA players even knew about the fucking merge until they saw it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Nobody knew about it.
Well,
the
it was
CEO of a PGA.
It only came out now because it was starting to get leaked, and the guy he wanted to get in front of it before the story came full blast.
Fucking coward.
Ever since
Fucking coward.
But really, ever since Liv came out, everybody's like, "This is a money grab. All they're trying to do is get merged with the
and
PGA."
they did it. They did
They
it.
did.
Man.
They did.
The mastermind of that, man.
And the PGA took a money grab because now you think Liv merged into PGA or PGA merged into Liv.
I know you guys can edit this a lot, and I'll say something, and hopefully it's not over the top. But I mean, does the U.S. go play like in Japan ever?
In golf?
Sports,
For golf?
in just
Any kind of sports?
any kind of sports.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, okay, they bombed us, and are we going back there? I mean, is that? I always hear well, they bombed us, and
Well, that's different. And then we bombed
it?
them. Yeah, but that was 1945. That's World War II. So now we have a great relationship with Japan. So that's something totally different. We're talking about now how Saudi Arabia actually was behind a murder of one of our American reporters. And then not only that, they backed up money to the 9/11 hijackers. They pumped money into that too. So all of a sudden, that was not too long ago. That's a little different, That wasn't war.
So it's
but-
fresh in everybody's head, is what you're getting at.
Exactly.
That's what it's
Exactly. And I don't think they've changed. And then not only that, they are anti-women rights. They're like it just no women have rights there. So you think the NBA?
For all these really, really bad things that you're saying right now, they got in bed with them, and
Right.
here
You
we
think
are.
now? Okay, so PGA is going to go
that's-
ahead and play with it. What about the women's PGA World Tour? You think they're going to be able to go over to Saudi Arabia and play? Fuck no.
Hell yeah,
You think
they'll have,
NBA?
like, real
You think NBA is going to be like, hey, why don't we go or
They'll
NFL?
be somewhere else
Oh,
playing.
what about the commissioner of NFL? You think if they ask him, hey,
They were talking about is it Saudi Arabia going to get into the NFL because they have so much money.
Oh yeah, or
Man,
Mexico.
Shit,
They
they
have
have
bottomless
bottomless
Mexico
pit.
City. I
They
mean,
have
yeah, they got
literally billions of dollars.
Bottomless
that
pit, and if they
can
wanted
use
to, they
attract
can buy a couple of
stuff like that.
Well, we have to go through votes and stuff too in order
did-
for them to.
So with
show.
the whole live thing, did you guys see Tiger Woods' initial contract when he was offered to go to live?
Like
He was
800
offered
million?
700 to 800
I
million.
thought it was a bill. I thought it had
It
a
was,
B.
it was
It was
just
close.
under
Yeah.
$1 billion
yeah.
for him to come over from the PGA.
That's hard.
To
Poor
the LIV.
guy, he goes- he's
and,
all
and
hurt
literally,
and
if he
shit.
would have took that money, it would have been a free money grab, like you said, $800 million in his pocket. And now look, he's
I don't
right
think
back
he has to
in the-
worry about money.
I know,
man.
but he's
Right,
already
yeah.
a billionaire.
It's-
But can you
That's-
imagine
that's the
doubling,
point.
I don't even
doubling your
know.
wealth just by signing a contract for 2 years?
That's the point. That's the two arguments right there. It's
The
like you
power.
have to have.
They
Who gives a
just
shit
want that
about money? So a majority of PGA professionals, they were like, "Look, man, it's not about the money. It's about morals, man. It's about the values. You can't just pick up and go just because of the freaking money."
But then what?
That's why Tiger Woods didn't go.
So, but then what happens?
Well, you have the soccer star that's going to the Saudi Arabia teams right now too.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I heard he hates it though. What's his name?
Messi.
Cristiano.
Ronaldo Cristiano.
Messi has a
He's coming to Miami.
$100 deal for Miami.
He's coming to the U.S.
But his
That's going to
deal
be
is-
fun to
is,
watch.
Like incentive based, he's
It
going to make
showed their
way more than
tickets.
that.
It showed their tickets.
They said like almost $1 billion he's gonna make.
Well, he got offered, I think, I wrote it out. I think he got offered like $1.5 million to play 3 years over in Saudi Arabia. For the Saudi team, $1.6 billion was his
Hey, did I
offer
say
for
the wrong
Messi.
person earlier? Is it Ronaldo or is it
Christian
Messi?
Ronaldo.
Well, Ronaldo is already
Because I said
there.
Ronaldo, and then all of a sudden you said
So Cristiano
Messi, and I
Ronaldo
thought
went
I
to
said the
Saudi
wrong
Arabia,
person.
right?
Ronaldo's already there. Messi got offered a contract of $1.6 billion to play there,
Oh.
but he chose to
Not
sign
to go.
with Miami CF,
Right.
and which is owned by David Beckham. And
Because he wants to play.
I heard,
So Cristiano Ronaldo,
I
from
heard
what
that
I
their
hear,
tickets went from $29 to $300.
from what I hear, Cristiano Ronaldo
Overnight.
does not like where he's at right now. His teammates suck, and then and then the players that he's playing against in Saudi Arabia, they all suck. There's no competition.
well,
I mean, he's already a superstar, man.
a lot of what happened with Messi signing with Miami.
I don't think he's setting
Miami
super
CF
records
was-
anymore.
He's
getting paid
ownership
for what
rights.
he's
They're
done.
gonna give him They're going to give him ownership to the team. They're going to allow him to start his own team. They're also giving him revenue and profit sharing from Adidas, and I can't remember the other company. So they're
Talking to the
saying that-
mic.
That contract that
He is talking to him.
Yeah,
We
it
should have
looks like it
just
is, man. It
brought
looks
a
like he's
better
eating
mic.
it.
Yeah,
No
well,
wonder.
no,
No
this
wonder
mic
in
isn't very
concerts
good.
they like
Yeah.
look like they're eating it. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Jesus.
No, that's
Christ,
what I
what's
do in
wrong with that
karaoke.
person? Yeah.
Karaoke, I'm
Yeah.
all coming out like
That mic you
I
do.
don't know how he
I'm
could
doing-
get it
I'm
any
doing
closer
really
to
well.
his mouth.
You have to be all up in that mic for sure.
No, I'm talking normal.
Actually, I don't know why he even has a mic. Anyways, thank you for Ken.
Yeah, you're welcome. You know,
I was thinking
Yeah.
like
You get
I
Tony
want to have
Bennett back out here
a
wherever he's at.
I want to have a on-show idea. When,
Oh my God!
Kim's-
Did you see that? Was that on video?
Oh, man.
I almost spilled it. It hit the fucking bell, and
Oh, yeah,
I
we would have covered that.
snatched
We
it.
would have covered it.
Oh!
2-0, over 2, over
No,
2.5.
No,
2.5.
No spill. No spill.
All right,
No.
thanks, Richard.
So
Okay,
no,
you guys.
Casey Waltz. I'm thinking for Ken's 2 yins, we should just all get off and just have Ken up here by himself.
Just talk. I think I'm Ken. I'm so monotone. Stats and Ken.
So are we done with this PGA thing?
Yes, we're done.
Okay.
I see.
So
Wildfires are canceling games for MLB.
you know what? We did have that written down for the baseball segment, and we didn't mention it. But yeah, this is wild. Wildfires in Canada is canceling games in America.
Was that our fault, eh?
It's,
Was
the,
it just,
it's Quebec. Quebec is on fire.
We had a little
It's,
cookout, eh? And it kind of
qual-
went out of control.
Quality of air concerns.
But everything's going to be fine, though, eh?
There you go. You always have to do something.
This is another
don't you?
jackass impression. I like some of your impressions, but some of them suck.
Actually, that was funny. Hey, I'll take that one all day over Shannon Sharp.
I should
I'll
have
take that one all day over Shannon Sharp.
100%. To be fair to Walt, I should have asked who he was impersonating.
Canada, eh?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, remember that one time you threw those poutine French
Canada.
fries at my head, eh?
See, you
I had a great
you had to keep
time.
it up, Tony, didn't you? You just had to keep them going.
Oh, Canada. Okay. Do you know the national anthem for Canada? Maybe
Oh, Canada.
You fucking dummy, Tony.
Dude,
Oh, man, the battery is running low.
Okay, so plug it in.
everybody don't panic. Don't panic. Everybody stay where you were at. 3, 2, 1. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move this segment over to the UFC fighting. Joe, you want to beep, boop, boop to these two fellas here? All right, so next up is Amanda Nunes title fight. Ultimate Fighter second show. Connor is down 2 fighters. What say you, my friends?
Give me 1 second. Let's do we'll go back in.
Okay, so the Ultimate Fighter show, you know what? You said it was on UFC, whatever channel, but it is popping up on ESPN, like the Late Show, whatever. And I have been watching it.
Yeah, they recirculated ESPN
Yes.
too. Hulu carries it also.
And I saw that one fight where it was like the
episode 1.
Yeah. So anyway, so I saw the knee strike up to the head and knocked that dude out.
That's his last
yeah.
episode.
And then there was another one that popped up. So I guess Conor McGregor, one of the managers, he is down 2 fighters, right? So go ahead.
Yes. So, hey, one thing I forgot to mention, right? So when they came into the house, we had mentioned this before. So Connor got the prospects, and Chandler, he got all of the veterans. One of the things I wanted to mention, so when they came in and when they evaluate them, right, they go and they evaluate the fighters that they have. And so Chandler, he brought his team in, and what his evaluation was basically is that he had his people just do some light participation, but they really just worked on showing them some moves, right? This was the first act that he took with his team. The first act that Connor took with his team was he decided that he was going to he just wanted everyone to basically square off against each other. He had everyone go at each other pretty rough, actually. And so what I noticed is that you had half the guys that were basically practicing against each other kind of getting their asses kicked. So I was like, well, that's not good for their confidence, right? So right away, I noticed that didn't help the confidence of some of them rookies. Part of the reason why I feel the veterans may wash them this year because the confidence just isn't there right now.
Yeah, I kind of hear what you're getting at, but in the back of my head, I also think, all this stuff is pre-recorded. They know what's going on. So I think, you're going to see a lot of the veterans take over now, but then later in the season, you're going to see a lot of Connor's team start, like basically growing into, UFC fighters saying, okay, we saw the mistakes that our guys have made. They need to start, doing all the things that our guys did, and you're going to start seeing McGregor start catching up at the end. It is reality TV, and, some reality TV is scripted, so I think that's where it's going to kind of head into.
No, I agree.
But that fight that, Waltz kind of, he said he caught the highlights of, where it was a flying knee. And I looked at that. I can't remember the fighter's name. I caught it also, but I'm not great with the names or whatever. But he kind of looked like he was trying to do a switch kick is what it looked like to me. And on the way up, his knee caught him dead in the jaw. And because if you look at the end of that, his knee just fully extends to straight. And it looked like he was kicking him, but he did catch him and knocked his ass out.
Yeah, no, actually, and we texted about this, right? That was it was honestly the nastiest knee I've ever seen in the UFC.
Yeah.
I get it. It wasn't as big as when it happened to Ben Askren, right? Because that happened
that was
on-
Masvidal. That's what I texted immediately. You said that was one of the nastiest knee kicks, and I was like, or flying knees, and immediately I was like, Masvidal versus Askren.
Yes, that was the biggest one, but Actually, this one was a little bit more violent. It was a little bit more violent, and hats off to that it didn't knock him completely the fuck out, right?
Yeah.
Like he tried to continue on, but I mean, there was no way you're going to continue and come back from that knee. I thought honestly, I checked the TV again to make sure his head didn't pop off his fucking head, his neck. Seriously, it was the loudest knee I've ever heard. So.
Oh yeah, it was still brutal, but like you said, we went back and forth on this, and your point was, the Masvidal stage was way bigger than what this was, and I agree with that, and that probably holds some substance to it. But at the same time, Masvidal came in just flying straight at him, and I mean, he just buckled and went limp. And to this day, I was just like, that is impressive. And
right, yeah,
it's just a matter of your view versus mine.
Yeah, and what made that so big, though, right, is everyone was expecting Ben Askren to win that fight, right? It was really set up for Ben Askren to win. They figured, hey, as soon as he gets his hands on Masvidal, yes, there you go. Because hey, let's go ahead and spin that around. We're gonna have to. Hey, Waltz, you have a mic at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start bringing yours. Get rid of that little karaoke bullshit mic that we're using over there.
Yeah, since we're over here, we'll just incorporate Joey Mullis, let him get his 2 minutes.
There you go.
Also.
So you know what? It's been an exciting season so far, right? So you got 2 fights. We got 2 first-round knockouts.
Yeah.
The first
by
fight,
the veterans.
Yes, yes. So the first fight, right? It was actually Roosevelt Roberts that came in and just destroyed. Last name Jennerman, by the way. And then in this second fight, we had, it was actually, so Connor lost his number 2 guy in the first week, right?
Yeah.
And in the second week, his number 1 pick lost. So
that was his number 1 pick.
It was his number 1 pick.
Know that.
He was also the guy that was cutting everyone's hair at the house, by the way. So, anyways, they came in there, and I was really impressed with the veteran Cody. I don't remember his last name, but Cody. Right? He came in there and, man, he looked as impressive as he's ever looked. And I really got to thinking about this, and I was like, you know what? What's really exciting about The Ultimate Fighter is that they go back and they grab guys, or they either have guys coming up, right, that are obviously good at what they do, but you got to think about it. They have whatever coaches that they're working with, whatever gym that they're with, right?
Yep.
And so right now, when you look at the Ultimate Fighter this year, I feel that Chandler's team and I feel that Connor's team is the best guys that these veterans and these prospects have ever worked with, right? So now we're going to be able to see a different version of these guys, them kind of recreating themselves, right?
Oh, yeah. Because they're working with some of the best, coaches out there. They work with the top flight grapplers, top flight boxers, top flight, Brazilian jiu-jitsu guys. And so you're going to see them grow as fighters, you know what I mean? And like you said, they're already experienced on the mat. So giving them that little bit of edge or whatever they need to go over the top is going to make a huge difference in their skill set. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And then to take that to another level, you're getting a lot of these young guys who aren't, seasoned like that, and to be able to get them at a younger point in their career, to be able to teach them this stuff, it can pay dividends in the long run. You know what I mean? So they've been doing it longer. So once they get a couple fights under their belt and, the skill sets, they're going to be just as dangerous. You know what I mean?
Yes. So look out for that guy, Cody. I'm sorry I don't remember your last name, but we'll post it on the podcast once this actually airs. He looked very impressive. Actually, before he was cut by the UFC, before he came onto the show, right? He had some impressive victories over some really tough guys, and then he had a fight where he just got caught, right? Everyone can get caught, and he got knocked out. And then he had another fight, and this is why he got cut ultimately, I think, where he was fighting Manny Gambarian, which if anyone knows who Manny Gambarian is, he is the guy that was in the UFC. He was on The Ultimate Fighter as well, and he lost that season to none other than Nate Diaz, okay? And a lot of that had to do with his shoulder actually got thrown out in that fight. Nate hit him with a killer knee to his shoulder, and after that, he couldn't do his wrestling anymore. But anyways, I digress from that. So he had so Manny Gambarian, right, had him in a guillotine, and there was 2 seconds left in the round, and he tapped out. And I think that just kind of put the wrong taste in Dana's mouth, and he got cut. But now he's back, and he's looking better than ever. So good luck to you, Cody.
Right. Coming up, tomorrow, I believe it is, we got UFC, 289-ish or something like that. Amanda Nunes on the card.
It is 289.
Yep, and then
Amanda Nunes versus Aldana.
Aldana, there you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't there... That was supposed to be she was supposed to fight somebody else, wasn't she?
Quite honestly, I don't remember, but I love this matchup, and I'll get to that here in just a second. I want to make a quick correction that we fell to in the last podcast and also in post-edit, that we had mentioned that Nunes, I had mentioned she lost once, somebody else mentioned she lost twice. In fact, Nunes is 22-5-0. And so she has lost 5 times. But what I find, and I did a little bit of research on this, and what I find very encouraging about this is that she had actually earlier in her career got knocked out a couple of times, and I did not know this, right?
Really?
She had gotten knocked out, and I think this was back in 2014. She had a couple fights. She had got knocked out by Kat Zingano. And then after that, she went on to a 12-fight winning streak.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, of course, along the way, she did win the title. She took the title from Misha Tate.
Yeah.
And now we all know her as the baddest woman in the UFC and the MMA.
Yeah. She's done wonders for the UFC and women's fighting and everything like that. She has probably become the face of women wrestling or women's UFC since Ronda Rousey got dethroned, and just shows her all around skills, in the octagon, and
Yeah. So, and we were just talking about that with the Ultimate Fighter, right? And that's what really got me thinking about this. That when you look back at her career, you would say that she wasn't successful, right? She had been knocked out a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, she had to work.
And you would say, hey, this may not be a future champ, but look, you get with the right camp, or you start picking up the right habits, you start doing the right things, you could change your luck, you could change your future, and that's exactly what she was able to do. One other point that I do want to bring up real quick with this. This is the thing that I do love about UFC versus boxing, right? In boxing, a lot of fighters, they get to pick and choose who they fight. Now, every now and then, they're going to fight somebody really, really dangerous, right?
Yeah.
What I like about the UFC is there's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide.
Dana.
You're fighting the best of the best, and Dana White is calling the shots.
Dana is absolutely great at that, because if he sees a fight that needs to happen, he says, okay, this is the fight that needs to happen, and if you do not take it, you're stripped of your belt, and it's on to the next one. And that's what needs to happen in a lot of the boxing, because I think it was Canelo came out, and he's just like, Floyd Mayweather, exactly what you're talking about, picked his fights. He either fought the guys that were really, really young and inexperienced, or he fought the great guys at the end of their careers. So, Mayweather was really good about that, picking the fights when he needed to fight them and when he thought he could beat those guys. But Dana's like, okay, everybody wants to see this fight. Let's make this fight happen. If you're not in for it, guess what? That belt's mine, and it's going to the next competitor who's willing to work for it.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons I really feel like this fight was made is that Aldana, okay, she, 3 out of her last 4 fights, she won by KO. And that's just something you do not see a lot of in the women's division in the UFC.
It speaks volumes.
You
And
have
just UFC
Amanda
in general.
Nunes, and there's usually nobody else when you talk about, hey, this person is knocking people out at a high rate.
Yeah.
She may not have been doing it her whole career, but we just talked about it. Sometimes you get with the right team. Sometimes you pick up the right habits. You start doing the right things. You start knocking people out, and that's what Aldana's been doing. I'm fired up for this fight, man.
Right coaching, man. You get the right strategy involved every fight, and it's just going to be,
Yes.
fireworks.
Yes, and another quick mention about tomorrow's fight. So, Charles Oliveira, I apologize. I think you're fighting Daniel Baruch. Apologize if I mispronounced that, but I do look forward to that fight. Man, much respect to Mr. Oliveira. He was one of the most dominant champs in his weight class for quite some time. And this is his time to fight back to get back to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, Benel Dariush.
Yes. And then there's a third fight. I don't know who's fighting, but one of them is Fugget. And I just wanted to say Fugget. He's fighting third from the last fight to the main event.
So I didn't get to watch all the tough last night. Please explain something to me real quick. What the hell was Conor McGregor doing with the cowboy hat?
He was just hanging out at the house. You know what? I really like seeing this side of Connor. He came to the house.
Yeah.
I wondered if it was going to be one of those seasons because he's such a high caliber celebrity star.
Oh,
he really
yeah.
is, right?
He's a personality, absolutely.
Is he just going to be there to show his face for the show, or is he going to really be there for the guys and really try to bond with them? And at least what they're showing on the show and what I've seen in this episode is that, man, he went there. He let the guys cut his hair, which that was pretty big, I thought.
Yeah.
He actually got on the bike and he was grinding with them. Explain.
I think he's trying to inspire his fighters
Yes.
because he wants to show them what it takes to be a champion.
And I think he's going to show them, hey, I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
All right, I hate to break you guys up here, but we're running pretty long. We got a couple more segments to hit. And so let's go ahead and move on to, here we go.
Hang on, let me grab my notes.
Cans 2 yens. Yeah, my goodness. Oh, well, you're Joey Mullets. Go jump on that one over there. Go jump on that one over there.
There we go. All right. Am I on a timer?
The timer has been turned off because we've run way over.
Way over. Okay, so real quick, couple things I just wanted to touch on when we went to the NBA. We've talked about it before. Ja Morant, they're talking right now that tentatively they're looking at a 40-game suspension for his last gun, TikTok, whatever
So
he
is that, and who said that?
This is just speculation that the executives in the NBA are saying that that's what's going to end up happening.
Okay,
I say minimum, at least 40 games.
Yeah.
And then on to college softball. You saw the Oklahoma Sooners, 3-time national champions, put together a 53-game win streak all the way to the championship. In the past 3 years, during those championship runs, the Oklahoma Sooners are 176-8. Very, very impressive.
They've been the most dominant team ever.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And then the 2020 year, I think that was broken up by COVID because there was only like 20 games on there. I didn't actually follow up on that, but still impressive what the Oklahoma Sooners women's softball team was able to do there. A little tidbit of information my son dropped on me that I didn't even know this. Did you know Jamar Chase was committed to KU at one time?
Yes.
I did not know that. He was committed to KU for 8 days before he decommitted.
Absolutely.
He
you know why he decommitted?
Why?
Because what was the dummy from LSU coach guy at KU? What was his name?
Ed Augerin or whatever his name.
No, the guy at KU.
Les Miles.
Yeah, he wanted him to play DB.
DB, yes, I did. Okay, that's why he did decommitted from KU?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's that. KC Current Women's Soccer League. The new stadium has a 11,500 capacity. Apparently, there have been more inquiries for season tickets that they're not able to fulfill all the season tickets. Should
have made a bigger stadium.
A bigger stadium. I guess they didn't anticipate this kind of reaction from the Kansas City area. So they started something called the Current Club. You sign up for it for $50. That gives you the ability to buy single game tickets.
Oh.
And they're saying in order to buy the single game tickets, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to become a member of this current club.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to, Ken, but Joey Mullets, when do you play tomorrow?
8 in the morning.
And what else?
10 and maybe afternoon.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm not happy that I have to play at 8, but I'm happy that I get to play.
I do not like 8 o'clock games either. It sucks waking up early.
I have something else.
On the weekends. But you're committed, and you still do it. Huh?
I also have one more thing.
Okay.
Ken was wrong about...
And wear shoes.
And where? Yeah, go ahead. I think I know where you're going with this, Joey Mullets. Go ahead and finish up with that.
Ken was wrong about Max Scherzer. Scherzer? The umpires told him to, and then they also told a pitcher from the Yankees to wash his hands with alcohol. He didn't do it by himself. The umpires told him to.
So I did read an article. It didn't say umpires. It said that Max Scherzer washed his hands with alcohol in front of MLB. MLB officials. So I would say that meant that they asked him to do that.
Yeah.
So there you go, fucking.
So there's one of your corrections there. Fact checks for me, I guess.
You got fact checked by Joey Moltz.
Hey, Joey Mullins. Congrats, buddy. And then lastly, one last thing on Ken's last two yen. Coming out of the LS, again, since you guys love us so much, Casey Lightfoot just
Who's that?
He is a pole vaulter for the
Who's
United
that?
States.
Who's that?
He is an LS
Who's that?
HS grad. Set a U.S. record of 19 feet 11 inches. So hats off to him. And Josh Manning from Lee Summit High School, 4-star wide receiver commit to Mizzou, just set a Missouri State record for long jump and
some track and field. I like it.
Track and field, yeah. So
Congratulations, man.
he was
Hey,
the
we're
state-
all about local kids.
He was the state champion in the long jump and the triple jump. So
Good. Okay, good,
hats
good.
off to Josh Manning.
Joey Moltz, do you have anything else you want to add?
Ken's 2 yen is more like Ken's 500 yen now. It's like
That's
like
a very
big chunk
his
of the
yens
show.
got a lot of yens.
Your
huh?
mullet sucks, Joey.
All right, bud. Go ahead and let T.I. get in there.
So you guys already talked about softball, Joe?
Yeah, we talked about softball. I think we're
Hey,
done with the list.
I'm a huge fan of women's sports, and I think it'll be a great idea if we can actually get a professional women's softball league. I would love to attend those games. I mean, it's just
So I had
it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I had all daughters, so they all played softball.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter, was a very good player. She played in college.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I
we
love it.
we play co-ed. We play. I mean, our girls are better than the guys. So, but I would love to see something like that. That would be really cool. I think it would be pretty popular here in Kansas City as far as a professional women's softball league.
I definitely feel like they got the market for it here. You just look around at the fields here, right? I mean, we have so many different teams, so many different leagues throughout the city. So, absolutely.
Yeah. So since this has been a very, very long episode, we know Tony loves to edit, so he's going to have to cut some of these minutes out somewhere.
Oh,
here or
for
there.
sure.
Well, what it was
For
is
sure.
that we had about a good 10 minutes of he had to plug up the
This is gonna be one of them episodes where we
the
just do a bunch
laptop,
of clips.
and then we got out, so
'Cause this full episode is gonna take a long damn time to process.
Hey, so you guys have anything else to add before we go?
I think we're good. There's nothing else to say.
Fuck that. All right, come over here, fucking. We are headed out.
Hey, Ray, Richard.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I also want to thank God.
This was Ad Astra Boys Sports Podcast. I am the KC Waltz, the original T.I. Hooters are over here. Fucking is on this side. I forgot, it's like weird. And I got Runchy Rich over here. And then Risky Ray's Picks is over here. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next episode. Suckers!